Hi everyone, welcome back to another video on my channel. Today I've got a very similar video to another day, so I do apologise, but I basically didn't pre-plan which days I was doing what, and it turns out that the other one is like 2 days apart, but it's fine, they're different technically, so it's all good. So today is day 18. We've got day 18 now of the Sparkle Supplies UK Advent Calendar, and it is Daisy Love for this day. So this is the foil that this design is focused on basically. So what I'm going to be doing is, I've got two nails here ready, and I'm going to be doing a base colour of Banana Milkshake from Gel Perfection, which is this beautiful like pale yellow, and then over that I'm going to be putting some Ocean Aurora pigment on top over the tacky layer of that, and then we're going to pop on our foil, and then we're going to do dots in the middle of that with gold chrome. So let's get straight on with it. So I'm going to do, first things first, I'm just going to do the base colour on both of my nails. So I'm going to do 2 coats of, actually I don't know how many coats, gosh that was a bit excessive. I don't know how many coats of this yellow I'm going to do yet, because it is a clear tip, so I'm not sure how it's going to turn out, so we'll see. But I'm probably going to do 2. I don't think I'll need any more than that, because it's come out quite well in 1 coat, to be honest. Better than I was expecting for a pastel colour on a clear tip, so that's gone quite well. So I'm going to do the 2 coats of colour on both these nails off, well I'm going to do 1 coat off camera, and then the second coat I'll do on camera, because I am fully curing the first coat for 60 seconds each, because that is the full cure time of Gel Perfection's colours in my lamp. So I'm going to do 60 seconds of the first coat, and then the second coat I'm going to do 20 seconds, and then going to put my Aurora chrome on that tacky layer, and then I'm going to cure them for an extra 40 seconds. Gel Perfection's gel colours don't have much of a tacky layer, so to make sure that it is tacky enough for something to stick to, I am going to just cure it for 1/3 of the time instead. So while I'm waiting for that to cure, I'm going to get my foil, and I'm going to cut some off the end so it's easier for me to use. Obviously I'm only doing 2 nails, so I don't need a lot of the foil. Don't even need that much, but I'd rather have a bit too much than cut it a bit too short. And then I'm just going to pop this back in the bag. I need to do a video of some organisation soon, because I've got so much stuff that I need to put somewhere basically, so I need to sort that out. But anyway, I'm going to do the second coat on both these nails and cure them for 20 seconds, and once I've done that I'll come back and we can apply the Aurora chrome. So I've got the brush that I'm going to use at the ready. I love this brush for applying these chromes. It is like a, what's it called, angled brush, but it works really well. So I'm just going to coat my brush with the pigment, and I'm just going to keep picking it up and placing it on until I've got enough on the nail to cover the whole nail. Because if I don't, and I keep dabbing on the same place with my brush in an area that doesn't have any chrome on it, it's going to be a real issue, because I'm going to take off the tacky layer with my brush, and then the product's obviously not going to stick. So that's what that looks like. Absolutely beautiful. This chrome goes perfectly with the yellow shade. And then I'm popping that into the lamp straight away to continue curing. And then just doing the other nail. These chromes are beautiful. They look beautiful in this way, and they also look stunning in like when applied like proper chrome over a no wipe top coat. Just get the excess off my hand, and then also just the excess off here. There you go, and that's what it looks like. So all I'm going to do now, the other one is now fully cured. You do really want to make sure that you finish curing that gel underneath, so it gets the full cure eventually. You don't want undercured product. And then I'm going to go in with base coat. This is a base coat that I use on glitters and dusts and pigments and stuff like that, so it is contaminated already, so it's not a problem. And I'm just going to go over the whole nail with that to sort of like encapsulate it, and then I'm going to pop that into the lamp and then get my other one. I am making sure that I put enough of this on so the whole nail is completely covered, because we're going to be removing the tacky layer from this base coat, so we really want to make sure that we've covered everywhere with it, because if not, obviously if it's not covering a certain area, you will just wipe off the chrome by accident when it comes to removing the tacky layer. and you don't really want to do that obviously. I'm just doing a nice floaty layer, not too thick where it's not going to cure, but thick enough to have covered everywhere. And I'm moving it in the light to make sure that I've covered everywhere and there's no little bubbles or anything. And then I'm going to put that in the lamp for a full cure. And like I said, I am going to remove the tacky layer, so I'm getting I'm just going to get a lint-free wipe at the ready. So I'm going to be removing the tacky layer. It was a bit of a tongue twister because I don't want my tacky layer of the base coat, specifically base coat, because base coats are known to be more sticky than any other sort of gel. I don't want that to be on the nail still because it can interfere with my foil gel, and obviously I don't want that. I want my foil gel to be able to do its job properly, and if there's another like sort of product there for it to mix with, aka the inhibition layer of my base coat, it might not work properly. So when doing a full coverage nail, I like to remove the tacky layer of the prior gel, whether I'm doing it on just gel colour or on top of anything else. Just take that off, and then I know I'm getting my base coat everywhere. I'm just making sure to evenly cover the whole nail, moving it around in the light to make sure that there isn't any matte areas that are still just wiped off base coat. And then I'm going to cure that fully for 60 seconds. Remove the one off here as well. And as you can see, because we did that nice floaty layer, this whole nail, the what's it called, is still there. There's a bit of glitter on this nail. I'm going to leave it there, I don't care. But yeah, because we did that floaty layer, I've not removed any of that chrome powder when it's come to removing that tacky layer. And you don't really want to drag the product over it either when you've got a chrome powder on there, because it is easy to just drag it straight off. And obviously you don't want to do that, obviously. That goes without saying. So once that is done, I can then apply my foil. I'm going to do the full foil nail first, and then I'm not going to do a full nail on the other one. I'm going to do that one a bit differently, I think. So this one, I'm just going to go straight in and put the foil on the nail, sort of. So I just want to figure out whereabouts I want it. So I think I'm going to do it about there. So I'm just pressing it on and then going up the middle and then straight down both sides. Getting it as flat as I can, but if I don't get it flat first thing, you can just pick it up and put it back down basically. That should stick quite easy up there. And I'm just making sure to put pressure over the whole nail. As you can see here, I've already messed up the shape of this one because I've picked it up and put it down in a different place basically. So I'd highly recommend not doing that, especially with something like a daisy that's now going to look really random. But it's fine. So I'm just going to pop that back on there. It is much easier to apply foils to actual people than these display tips, because you've got to put pressure on and it's really difficult to do that when there's nothing holding it in place underneath. But it still looks really cute. Look at that. We've got a bit missing on the bottom. That's not ideal. See if I can line it up and add it on. There we go. Also missing a bit of this one up here. I've really not done a very good job of this one, I'm not gonna lie. That'll do, close enough. So that's what that one looks like anyway. So the next nail, I'm going to just pick which flowers I want to use. I'm going to cut them out. So I'm going to do this large one here and that smaller one further up. So I'm just going to cut this one out first. Obviously just like you would a decal sort of thing, like try and cut as close to it as possible so you don't have loads of leftover clear backing, because then you're leaving less space on the nail for you to add more. So I'm just going to pop that onto the nail about there and leave it there for a second, and then I'm going to cut out my smaller one and then just pop that where I want that one. In fact, I'm going to get tweezers, do it properly. Just pinged it across the table by accident. And then I'm just going to place it on where I want it. And then I'm going to use my tweezers to go over it and apply pressure to the whole thing. I'm going to try harder this time to get it smooth. I like using this method of applying foils, like being able to just cut it out and using exactly just which bits I want. It's a lot easier than just hoping everything lands where you want it. It's come off the back again, look. It's not ideal. Just take that off and put it back on. Now it's stuck to my finger. Do you know, this is not, it's not going well. There we go. I'm trying not to put my hands all over the nail because obviously it's still sticky. Do you know what? Let's just hold it where that bit of foil is for now. And then I'm just putting pressure on this bottom bit. You can usually see when the image is transferred. And then once I'm happy, I'm going to attempt to get it back onto this holder. There we go. And then we can take the remaining foil off. Like so. Perfect. And then what I'm going to do to finish off this design is I'm going to get a little bit of base coat, just a little bit, we don't need a lot at all. I didn't need that much either, to be honest, never mind. And then we're going to mix a bit of the gold chrome from Tia's Beauty, just to spice up the centre of the flowers a bit. I'm just going to get some on my cuticle tool and pop that into my base coat to create a liquid chrome, because it saves having to mess about doing your what's it, base and everything, your velvet base and then buffing and all that sort of boring stuff. Saves having to do all that when you can just use it as a liquid instead. So I'm just running that through each other so it's all sorted, and then I'm going to get a dotting tool and basically just pop that in the middle of the flowers like so, just covering up that orange dot. Like so. Now once I've done that and I'm happy with it, I'm going to pop that one into the lamp. Obviously you don't have to do this step, you could just use it as is and just leave it with that orangey yellowy centre. But I think the more sort of like glitteriness the better, so there we go. So I'm going to pop that into the lamp now for a full cure. In fact, I'm actually going to pop a few more of the dots on just because I made way too much of the chrome, so I can. I'm just going to pop some really small dots. I'm using the smallest thing I've got to just pop some in between the flowers. Just bring a little bit more to the design. Like so. And then once I've done that, I'm going to pop it into the lamp. I'm just using a reusable orange wood stick sort of thing. You can get these from Sparkle Supplies UK. There we go, and they create just the tiniest dots. They're really useful, and I'm just going to fully cure that. Get rid of this, tidy my desk, and then I will top coat off camera and show you what they look like when they're done. So here is the finished look and a few bits of what's it called, glitter that is now stuck to the right hand nail because I used a glittery lint wipe to clean it. And there's also a hair here. This video really hasn't gone my way, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I absolutely love this foil with that base Aurora chrome. I think they go together beautifully. It's absolutely stunning. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back soon with another one. Bye.